Oh man, it's my first time doing this. It's so crazy for this to be my first time doing the takedown right now. Starting the stream. My first time starting the stream right now. That's awesome. We're gonna solo the takedown today, and it's my debut stream, so everybody fucking pay me. Everybody pay me in the chat, because it's my debut stream. Thanks. Appreciate it. I gotta unmap my melee, because it's on the same button as my push to talk pedal. You see the problems that I already have to deal with, and I'm willing to make these sacrifices for everyone's entertainment. All of you. Thanks. Thank you. And now I don't punch when I speak. Everything's okay. We're gonna solo the takedown. I guess I could like run you through the strat. I guess like I'll give you the assumption that like there's a shit given. So thanks. Thank you. That's new for me. So here's our build. We'll do the whole trees because like I don't want to like go through all the skills, but you can check them out. Like, whoa, these are the ones. My thing messed up. It messed up for a sec there. I got control back though. Everything's under control here. We don't use this one like as I really want to, like, because there's so many good skills in this tree. Like, there's the one that like there's this one that like stops me from dying. You know, the like, because everyone in the game has like a skill where it's like, whoa, I'm dead. I can bring myself back to life. That's Zane's, and like we have to completely neglect this tree just at all. So we'll ignore that this exists. In this tree, you take the only 3 skills that anyone ever would take, because the dome is just kind of, you know, you don't get shot, and you want to freeze everything, and you don't want to die. But everything else here is just so fucking lame. Like, I would never recommend using anything else here. Just ignore that there's anything else in this tree besides this skill that keeps you alive, the skill that freezes everything that you shoot, and the skill that makes your dome function. What is this? The rest of these things are just not. And then here you take, in the new tree, for the Mantis Cannon, you take everything. You take all of them, pretty much every skill that matters, that exists. Fucking, because this is where the death comes from. And then nobody cares about this tree, because it's just like, oh my god, Zane needs all of these skills to function. Like, yeah, you were balanced around having this tree in your kit, we get it, you get to go fast and, like, activate all your kill skills, and without this tree, you're literally nothing. But, like, again, I just don't feel like explaining, because Zane's such a lame character, because Zane's so goddamn lame. There's just nothing of value here where it's like, oh, check out this lit build. No, I go fast, I reload fast, I lifesteal. When I press my buttons, I'm better. I shoot more, I shoot fast. I don't stop shooting. When I press my buttons, I'm better. You see what I mean? If I were to just like go through these one by one, it would be the most uninteresting thing. So you get it. It goes and I do it. Thanks. I should probably put the actual quest on for the thing that I want to do. And you'll see, like, the build does do it. Like, no diss to this build. It's just, like Zane is such a numbers character that there's no real reason to be like, I'm not a Mara. You know, if I was a Mara, there's probably, like, 30 different ways I can handle this concept. But I'm not, so there isn't. Because if you're using the cannon, then you have to use the shield, because why do you think you get the privilege of using any of these fun skills? You have to use these shitty ones to stay alive, and then these to kill everything. And then if you're playing Zane, you already spent these 32 points, sorry. So, good luck. Oh, you guys know, I just realized I didn't start the background music, guys. I have like this lit background music, I didn't start it. It's too late now, I won't do it now, but that's probably for the best, because I forgot to credit the guy in the description that made it, so, I mean, to be fair, you know, I didn't use it, and I didn't do the right thing to use it at this point, because I forgot both of those steps, so it's cool. But if it was, just imagine it's here right now, and you're like, oh wow, that really makes me feel like that really makes me feel at home here. That really makes me feel like I wanna come back and do this a repeat time, and be like, wow, that's a viral chant that can get stuck in my head, and I'll come back and I'll be like, wow, I really want to subscribe to you and give you money and go to your OnlyFans. But you see what I mean? I mean, like, these are paper boys. They're little paper boys. I guess I could have shown you my guns, but we'll do that afterwards, or maybe during. This is an OP. I'll do it while I use them. This is an OPQ. You get it from the Cartels event, and it's just a regular gun. Like, it literally doesn't do anything special. Like, it does, like, shoot, like, the Atlas effect, you know? Because these guns, like, all have, like, a secondary fire. It's like, whoa, I have, like, a special thing. But, like, this one just shoots another baby gun of this gun, and it's, like, it doesn't really do any damage. It just kind of looks imposing, you know? So, I would never recommend necessarily doing it, but also, you do get to look imposing, so... Also, when you go down as Zane, you lose your whole like 20 buff full of bars. Like, look when I get up, at like my bottom where my level is and stuff. Don't look at my bottom, but like, you know, where my level is and stuff. Like, those are all the buffs that I have on me at any given time, and that's why I'm allowed to be like this unfair to the rest of the game. But as soon as I lose like all of those stacking math, like watch how I just don't do damage anymore. It becomes so difficult for me to operate. So. That's what I mean. Like, Zane, you know, really cool character, but it's unfortunate the way they had to balance this guy with everything that he has is just like, oh, well, that means that Zane is like a numbers character. He literally needs to stack like 30 kill skills and use the same trees in all of his builds to function. So I'm glad they gave him the purple tree, like with the last expansion or what the fuck ever, but with that, they really just like solidified him into like, okay, if you want to use the Mantis Cannon, then there's only one Mantis Cannon build. Like, I've really tried to make another Mantis Cannon build, and there's just only this one. This cannon, oh, well, not this one, this is death, but fucking, I'll show you when I'm up. The big shoulder blast I keep doing, that's the Mantis Cannon, and like, it fucks, but like, what if I want to do something else? Suffering from success, basically. I got a little foot pedal. For the stream. And I've never used a little foot pedal before to talk. So it's like I gotta like activate new neurons. You know, it's like, oh shit, I gotta like talk with my foot now. Like, oh shit, I have something to say. Let me I gotta put my foot down. You know, like I've got the talking stick or some shit. It's weird, but you know, whatever. It's rather that than you guys hear like all my background noise and stuff. And everybody be like, oh my god, I'm never coming back to this stream. The audio is shit. So basically, you should come back because my audio is fantastic. You're welcome. This guy's gonna give us poop drops, but he only serves to pad out the content because if he wasn't here, then this is actually just a run straight down a hallway and 2 bosses. So. I can't check the drop yet. I'm still in peril. That's a swear word. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine gun, but I'll probably never use it. But woohoo! I think right now is when you fight the Valkyries. I always forget if it's like after the next like group of randos or if it's immediately this. But I actually really like that fight. I think like the pacing of it is really cool. I think the way that the individual Valkyries fight is really fucking cool. I think the fact that like I have to kill them all as a group and then they split off. And like there's a whole bunch of other boys that come and I have to like shred them all is really cool. I don't know, I just really like this part of the thing. I think they did do a good job on this one. But that's what I mean is that like there is padding and then like legitimately good content, you know? Oh shit, I said I was gonna run down my guns. This is not the hyper focus, this is the multi-tap, yeah. This is the multi-tap. Anything that you tag, like, so usually with like Atlas guns, if you tag something, like with the grenade or the tracker or whatever and the secondary fire, then you'll just like your bullets will home into them. Like no big deal, you know, you have homing bullets and that's cool, that's strong in and of itself. But if you have this one, if you do this, what this one does, it tracks like everything that gets hit by its thing. And fucking everything that gets tracked, like all the bullets like split off and hit all the things, and then when you reload, you shoot off an extra little shock projectile. So it's not like I mean, it does do a metric shit ton of damage, but it's mostly that like you get to keep your DPS up at any given time, right? Because even while you're reload, you're shooting out that little shock missile, and it actually does fine damage. So I'm satisfied. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Hildur is my second favorite because she's got a cool sight and I respect it, you know. But Rota is my most favorite because she's like actually difficult to kill, whereas Killdeer was more like an afterthought, as you just saw right there. I did not almost just fall in that hole. I didn't clinch. I didn't think to myself, oh god, I almost fell in the hole on stream, and now I have to completely start over, and it's gonna look really bad, and I won't look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's not what took place. I'm actually completely fine, and it was all a part of my plan to do like a cool parkour move. Come on, baby boy. There's a little baby boy in the chat here. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm already being bullied. At least go to my OnlyFans if you're gonna bully me like that. No Nox report content there anymore, so I can say that. Like, on my OnlyFans, there's only family-friendly content. So. Just like my Tumblr. Only family-friendly content on my Tumblr. What do you mean? I'm like, I'm clearly experienced. I've got like the whole setup even. Look at these little baby boys. We can't handle this. That's my girl Vasha. She bullies me sometimes, but it's cool. She's pretty. You guys can't bully me like that, though. It's a personal thing. The sensual thing, if you get my meaning. And see, like, now after you beat them all, like, separately. I'm using the multi-tap right now! What's up? Anyway, like... It's not, that's what it's called. It's the OPQ, that's what it's called. It's just a gun. That's the name of the gun. Look. Look. See? That's the name of the gun. I'm not bad. It's normal. I'm good at the game. I'm using high skill cap weaponry right now. I'm using high skill cap materials. See? What's this? What's this? What you trying to like Dark Souls tier? Like Dark Souls tier? Like I'm gonna hop in Dark Souls 3. I'm gonna use the Dark Sword in PvP. Y'all fuck with Dark Souls 3? Anybody up on that? Like if you like in Dark Souls 3 PvP, there was literally one sword that they added like to the game, like literally intentionally, as like this sword is really easy to use. The stats are busted. It's got an easy to use moveset, and you can bust with it in PvP. And like the only like mild inconvenience is that like the Dark Knights or whatever that drop it are like slightly hard to kill, but like everybody has a thing, and it's like you can literally. Like, I don't know if you ever busted Dark Souls PvP, but you can literally just, like, spam, like, R1. It's just, like, light attacks with that thing against, like, someone who knows what they're doing. And it's like, oh, man, I'm just blown away right now because you hit me with, like, your baby boy berserk sword. So, maybe it's, like, that situation maybe it's kind of like that with the OPQ, but I'm gonna deny it because no one's telling me to get good. So, that's simply not what's going down. This other gun here that I'm using, this little SMG, this is the Calson, and it's actually pretty lit, but it's also, you know, it's pretty basic. It shoots, like, it's a full auto SMG. It can drop as burst or full auto, but it's a full auto SMG. It's got two fire modes. I can swap between semi-auto and burst, or in full auto. But it shoots, like, micro rockets, but they do full bullet damage, right? So, like, some of the micro rockets in the game, kind of suck. No, I'm good, dude. I'm, like, my buffs are fine. I'm A1. It's A1. Like, honestly, this is kind of even, I would even say this is kind of a clean run right now. Like, I'm kind of in the zone. But, like, the rockets, yeah, they do, like, normal bullet damage, but the sticky rockets also, after they detonate, they also do, like, a bit of bonus damage. And again, it's, like, a pure, like, I think of it as, like, a pure DPS weapon, because while the stickies are exploding is also while you're reloading, right? So you're never not applying damage. And on Zane or Amara, or I think everyone has some kind of lifesteal on their guns except Moze. I think Moze's lifesteal is like only on her grenades, right? But everyone has like some kind of lifesteal in their guns, and it applies to those stickies. So for that purpose, right, if you can just like keep that up, you can pretty much never die. I mean, you can never die for a whole bunch of reasons. There's a whole bunch of ways to stack never death in this game, but that's a good way to secure a quick never death right there. My shield that I'm rocking right now is another one. Here, I'll actually just show it to you. This is the stopgap, and it does what it says it does. So when it breaks, right, like if the shield pops and like someone manages like, oh shit, I'm actually hurt, I'm completely immune to any damage. for 5 seconds after that. But it's got an anoint on it. I tap my screen as if any of you... How would you even know that? Whatever. It's got an anoint on it that lets me, whenever I do my action skill, which is like my big cannon move, like this guy, or when I throw my shield down, I can't do it right now. Whenever I do my action skill, it pops my shield just like for like a microsecond, right? Like not long enough for me to take damage, but long enough for it to activate the effects. So anytime I activate my action skill, I'm completely immune to damage for 5 seconds, which is again another completely valid, like, I don't ever really want to die move. Which plays into, right, why I feel like this Zane build is kind of fucking lame. Because you don't need the shield at all. Like, the shield is entirely to keep you alive and, like, deflect projectiles, but because you're using the stopgap in the cannon, right, every time I shoot my cannon, I'm immune to damage for 5 whole seconds. There's literally no reason for me to have my shield. But it does give me, like, it gives me a 20% damage bonus shooting through it, right? But, like, it just feels kind of shitty that that's literally the only reason I'm using it, is that, like, oh yeah, while it's out, I get 20% bonus damage, but, like, I would rather kind of have the drone or the clone, but I just don't. I don't know. It's weird. I had an audio spike there. I saw it on my OBS. I hope that wasn't hella loud for you guys. You can tell I got distracted by it because I started missing. Damn, otherwise it doesn't so good. I don't even have to think about it. Shit, I'm sorry. I've already deafened a viewer. It's literally like, please don't sue me. I cannot handle that right now. I cannot handle legal fees. I don't even think they see robots in court is the thing. I don't think I'm allowed rights in that fashion, so they might just turn me off. Please do not do. Yo, hold up. Wait a second. I don't even have any bugs, bro. I'm flawless right now. What is this? I'm getting through it, except for, I mean, I did have a false start earlier, but they don't know that. They don't know that. They weren't privy to that, so. You know, it's probably like fucking, because I want to, like, stream consistently, right? Like this, I probably won't stream every day, but I'd like to stream, like, maybe 3 times a week, right? Like, out of the 7-day period, I'd like to stream maybe 3 times a week. I don't know. But it's probably gonna be really fucking funny, because, when I'm even mildly established at all, I'm gonna look back on this stream and I'm gonna be like, oh wow, that's fucking cringe, I should probably delete that. I probably don't want anyone to ever see that. But right now I'm having a good time, so. Again, you can see, like, the multi-tap just does work. Like, as soon as I see, like, more than like 2 dudes in front of me, it's like, okay, let me just pop the multi-tap so I can get the grenade down, everything's tagged. I don't even need to aim. I can just, like, basically shoot in the air, and it'll do the work for me. I mean, I feel like that's just Borderlands, right? You get the build together so it does as much of the work for you as possible. Like, if you don't want the work done for you, play Moze, and no one's playing Moze for that reason, so there you go. Sorry, Moze mains. Back to the OPQ. I've got a recursion on me too, which is this shotgun here. When you shoot it, it shoots out like these little discs that can bounce between enemies. And it's kinda RNG based, right? Like, there's a little RNG involved, but if you get a good bounce, like if you get a good ricochet, it can kinda just delete the whole map. Amara is much better at it than Zane, because she can kinda stack elements more, so she gets more projectiles. But you know, it's still a really good gun. Like, you can still do stuff like that with it, you know. But I'll be honest, the Mantis Cannon is doing most of this work. Mo, imagine using your action skills. Exactly that. Like literally, like, I'm sorry, I want to use my gun. Like, even if you do, like, a really lit Iron Bear build, and, like, when you get an Iron Bear, you're, like, having the full Titanfall 2 experience, I assure you that if you were to just whip out your Powson and shoot whatever enemy you were looking at, you would be doing more damage than your whole, like, 72-point fucking in-game Iron Bear dual chain gun build or whatever. Like, I just, like, Moze is such an unfortunate character, because even her Purple Tree capstone skill is just like, I'm allowed to use my action skill and still be a functional character. So for the record, for everyone who doesn't know, Moze, her DLC tree skill It makes her action skill like functionally the same as Gage's from Borderlands 2, when she was summoned Death Trap, where instead of like having to get in Iron Bear, her big mech and pilot him, she just gets to fucking like summon him, and he's like like an AI pet summon. And I've tried it out, right? Like I've experimented with it. And I feel like I won't like be disingenuous about it. Mose is my lowest level character, right? But I have sat down with it. First and foremost, the AI for that shit is terrible. Like the Death Trap in Borderlands 2, the AI for Death Trap worked because that was a flying unit, right? But Iron Bear is a walking ground unit, right? So he has to have like ground pathing to like walk upstairs and around obstacles and stuff, right? Whereas like in Borderlands 2, Death Trap, if he got too far away from you, would literally just phase through the fucking world to get to your location, right? So like having to deal with like, yeah, my main skill, which is like, even Mose has an actual action skill cooldown. Yeah, like my main skill sometimes is not only nowhere near me, it's just not working, it's just not doing anything. I just don't get the appeal, right? Especially when like you can argue like, oh, but she's the gunner character, and yet I feel like my guns are so much better on every other character. So what are you offering me, Mose, sweetie? She's cute. She's a cutie. So Mose means you got that. My fucking toesies hurt from hitting this little pedal, guys. I got used to that. Somebody rub my toesies. Gotta get reinforced paws. It's literally about to be this easy. Check out this damage. Yup, that's one segment. He's got 3 sections, so this one's gonna be the longest one just because I have to only get crits. Like if I'm not critting, I'm not doing damage, and that's his crit spot right there on his back. But like, oh shit, hold on, am I even using? Okay, I am. I was worried I was using the wrong relic for a second there, but I wasn't. Even this is like super inefficient because I'm just shooting him in the face and not getting crits. It's good, it's good, it's good. Don't even say anything rude to me in the chat because it's good. Don't even say anything rude to me in the chat because it's fine. Everything's okay. There's not even a need to see that? You see what I mean? There's not even a need to, like, cause alarm because everything's okay right now. I wish I could do more damage to him than this, so I'm not gonna lie, right? But, like, this phase specifically always takes me so long with this build just because I have to be getting crits, and he's, like, a big, like, no crit zone, man. Like, I have to do, like, my base damages to him. I can do. I mean, I'm not even. To be fair, I'm not even like matching the element, right? Like if I like let's try the recursion with corrosive on it. Yeah, see, like immediately, like I'm purely just whining and being lazy, but I have better tools for the job. And you see what I mean? Where like sometimes I'll shoot the recursion and just like nothing happens, but then other times it's like why did everything in that direction die? So now he's in his like final phase. But because there's so many of them, right? You can see like the recursion bouncing between those dudes. Check that out. You see that? Between that line between them? That's just my fucking bullets just bouncing back and forth fucking between those guys. That's so goddamn cool. I should probably kill the boss though. You see, now that he has a crit spot, it's a completely different story. Like I was even dead ass, just like getting a little carried away, just watching the recursion bounces back there. I should have killed this guy sooner, for the sake of time. Yeah, it's that easy. It's not over though. I regret that it says that because like there's still stuff to kill with drops, right? Like there's a brain. You can kill that. I guess that's just like for record keeping, but it's not over. Like these Krakens can have drops. The brain has drops. Like. Also, you can die here. Like you can still die right now. So. Now that's a takedown complete, boys. Here, we'll check our loot pools together. Tig's Boom is good. It calls down skyrockets when you shoot it. Again, it's like another one of those like really inconsistent weapons. Like, okay, well, just take my word for it that it calls down skyrockets when you shoot it. But I guess they have to hit an enemy. Like, let's see if I can hit like a corpse, right? Because sometimes corpses count as enemies. Maybe the corpse will work. Okay, well, just take my fucking word for it that when you shoot this thing at an enemy, rockets come down from the sky and they do big damage, okay? You were impressed. This is useless. This is just like a little, like when you throw it, it just like sits next to you. I don't give a shit about that. This is fine if you're doing like a healing build, but I'm not, so why would I? I guess I can still explain what it does. It when you kill something with it, it spawns like a little healing area, just like a little healing circle in the ground. If you stand in it, it heals you up. And it's good healing. It's just like, you know, take that into your own hands. You know? The saw bar is fine. It does this. So that's cool. You know, decide for yourself how useful that is, but that's what it does. Breath of the Dying, when you shoot people in the head, their heads explode and they do a little nova of damage. You'll notice that I'm noting what these do, but not picking them up, and there's a reason for that. Oh, the Moonfire is really good. The Moonfire is actually really good. I'm really glad I got this. This is a shitty anointment, but it does hella damage. Like, it's just like a big, like a deagle, like a desert eagle kind of thing. It literally just does a lot of damage. Like, it doesn't do anything extra big or anything. It's just a big fucking gun. This anointment is kind of bad for it. I got bonus melee damage on mine. That's kind of poopy. Oh, I got another one. I got two though. The one in my hands is better than this one, just because that one that mag size. I mean, I could check the stats, but I don't care. But I can re-roll this anyway. That's what I care about. That, like, this is probably the best get I got from this, so the best get I'm gonna get. I got another Tiggs boom. That's valuable just because, like, again, these are really good, unreliable but good, and you need to, like, having multiple elements is valuable. Alright, boys. Well, I think that was a successful first stream. I can tell from based on the consistent chat interactions. And also, yeah, I got a little baby boy back there. What's up? I can tell based on the consistent chat interactions and how many people are here right now watching that this is gonna be really successful. I'm really excited to get to the next episode with you guys. I literally have no idea like what my stream schedule is because I don't have one. I just want to stream like minimum 3 times a week, so I'll call this like one time for this week. And future streams may be longer, right? I literally just wanted to get this out and make the content so that I can look back on it in the future and think, oh, I can do way better than that. But it'll be fun to look back and in time, and people can watch this and be like, oh, Soign, you fucking sucked, you cutie. Thanks for watching, guys.